You know that thing they say about the definition of insanity that you keep trying to do the same thing over and over again, trying to get a different result? Well, today was about to drive me perfectly insane because here comes my next challenge deck. Can we kill an opponent with only setting off the Millennium Calendar? Let's take a look at the deck now. So, as I said, this is my Historic Brawl Challenge 2. After the Amalia deck, and I didn't quite get her to go off, I was bound and determined to make this thing work. So that's why I spent about 4 hours today recording games trying to set off this calendar and exclusively killing somebody by setting off the calendar. Problem was is either people scooped or I just couldn't get the calendar online in time before I died, or I just drew nothing but control spells and it just turned into like a 30-minute long game. So it was just kind of dumb. Now, originally I tried this as a blue-white deck instead of the blue-black deck that you see here on the screen because I thought, okay, we have all the board wipes, we have some certain spells that can go fetch artifacts in like Oswald Fiddlebender, those kind of things, or we have ways of protecting them with like Lauren's Escape to keep the calendar from getting blown up. I couldn't get it to work. Just it would not work because I could not get the calendar online consistently. However, switching into blue black, I was actually able to get it more consistently because we have more tutoring effects available to us in black. So this is what I did is I picked a random commander, didn't really care too much of who it was, but it actually worked out best here with Urtai Resurrected because he's a counter spell and kill spell on a stick. So all I got to do is flash him out of the grade or out of the command zone, blow up something, blow or counter something, whatever, to try to keep yourself alive or try to keep them from getting their win con, and then you just go down. Well, what's the rest of the deck? Well, it's mostly counter magic, it's kill spells to wipe the board or whatever. It's ways to draw cards just to try to keep churning through the deck, a few extra turn spells to boot, because sometimes you just need that one little extra push to get the calendar over the top. And as you'll watch in the gameplay video, one of those extra spells, extra turn spells, actually came in handy. So let's look here real quick. If you don't know what the Millennium Calendar, the most important part of this deck, does, for a colorless, you get an artifact that says whenever you untap one or more permanents, you put that many time counters on the Millennium Calendar. You can pay two and tap to double the number of counters on the calendar. And when there are 1,000 or more counters on the calendar, you sacrifice it and each of your opponents loses 1,000 life. Now, that, of course, is overkill, hence why the card or the deck that I named it is slow overkill, because it's very slow to get going. And then we just have ways of getting it online besides, naturally drawing it, because that's going to take forever anyways. So we have things like Whir of Invention to tutor it out. We have Diabolic Intent. We have Grim Tutor. We have Beseech the Mirror, which can actually cast the spell since it's small enough. So as long as you bargain it, you can go ahead and get something out of your deck. And then we just have ways of messing with it. We have a couple ways of untapping our stuff with things like the Manifold Key, which is sitting right there in the pile there. I also stuck a copy of Voltaic Servant in there that can untap it at the end of a turn. So if you do it on your turn, activate it and then untap. As long as you have the mana to activate this, you can do it again. So then again, the rest of the deck is just kill spells and keep yourself alive as long as you can, and then just go to town. Now that said, it took me so long to get a successful game out of this deck. I do not recommend that you actually build this deck in this way or try to play it this way. If you're gonna play a control deck, play a control deck. This you can use this as your win con, but it's going to take forever, and your opponents are either gonna try to blow it up or they're going to try to kill you before you can get it online. And that, I mean, that's just the nature of this is. So as it is, I only have one game for you guys. It's the successful game because it's the least boring of the games to boot against a mono red deck of all things that we actually got the combo here piece here to go off. So I hope you enjoy this game. It was a labor of love to get it to happen, and I will see you guys in the next video. There's not going to be an outro because I'm exhausted after 4 hours of playing today to get this thing recorded, and I am going to bed now. Zada Hedron Grinder. That deck can be very dangerous because it's all pump spells and make all your stuff hit really, really hard. I'm not a huge fan of this hand because Beseech is a little harder to use with this hand. We're gonna mulligan it. Sure, we'll keep this one. So we got access to Wash away to counter. We have witness protection. Not really concerned about a two drop, so we'll just play the estuary tapped because I don't have any basics in my hand to keep that from coming along that way. So we'll play it first just to make sure we actually get there. All right. So they're not playing it as goblin creature type matters. Okay, there's a Whir of Invention, which is really good for us actually, because that lets us get the Millennium Calendar onto the board. We need, what do we got here? Lots of blue, and we need triple blue. So let's go blue. I'm gonna keep Wash Away open next turn just for Zada, because Zada's dangerous. Zada cannot be allowed to come out and play. Honestly, I'd like for them to overextend into like tapping all their mana and not having any open mana so we can get them with the to get rid of the cards for the Bomat Courier, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get that wish. So we're gonna sit here. Oh, you know what? That's the way we do that. What does make it a witness? So now they can't get the cards. I can still flash in the Fairy Mastermind and wash away Zada if they get the mana for it. I'm all good with that. So whatever those three cards were, they just lost all of them for the rest of the game, basically, because red can't handle enchantments. All right, so past the blockers. I'll take the hit. We'll flash in the Fairy Mastermind. My turn. Play the Mana Confluence. Let's do. They are so low on mana. I'm actually gonna play the Rhystic Study, and I'll have the Wash Away still available. We're gonna sit and just do our thing. We're not attacking. I want to do 0 damage unless it's the clock or the clock. I keep calling it a clock. It's a Millennium Calendar. I think I've called it clock 6 times today. So yeah, they're gonna have to pony up the mana now to keep me from gaining the stuff. I mean, I'll take free cards. Aether Chandler can bounce the electrostatic infantry. I'm not overly concerned about it. All right, so pass. Let's do. I'm just trying to do the math in my head if that's safe or not. Yeah, you know what? We'll let the mastermind live because they're spamming spells. I'd like to be able to get the extra cards while I still can. All right, we're just gonna have to bounce that infantry, I think, for now, just to keep it small. Return you. We'll play the Dark Slick Shores, and we still have counter magic available for Zada. I'm quite okay with this. Resolve. Yes, they want to cast something because they didn't pay for that. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get 2 cards off of that. That's nice. It must really suck to not be able to do that. Chandler's done did its deeds, so it can get plonked. It's a remnant of my blue-white variation of this deck. Let's go with some more blue. And I'm going to pass the turn. Because we can do Whir of Invention at instant speed. We have Wash Away, Quick Study. Like, all this stuff can be done on their turn. I don't have to screw with it on my turn. So, yeah, they're casting that from Exile. Yeah, that can just eat a Wash Away. So they wasted their mana, and I get a card. So, I like it. and I get to do Word of Invention for one. So I'm all good with that. So now he's got to go dig up the Millennium Calendar. And then I'm going to tap this for a black. 'Cause that way, when it just gives me an extra thing to put it on there. And then we drew the manifold key. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay. So we're going to have to make sure we sit with mana open in order to not get the calendar blown sky high by like an abrade or something stupid like that. So we're just gonna sit. Just gonna sit. I have dissipate and air tie ready. And if they don't do anything, I get to just do the whole untap thing. So resolve that part of it. Okay. So now you get to get dissipated. Just go away. All right. So pass. And then we'll take our 1 damage. We will Millennium Calendar double the counters. And then we'll go to my turn. We'll get a bunch more on there. I'm going to... What am I doing here? I think we're just going to play Tezzeret's Gambit straight to draw the cards. We'll put another counter on the calendar. I mean, Flux Chandler's nice, but we'll have to wait. Because we may need Urtai to counter Zada again. Because I would rather have that, because then Urtai can block electrostatic infantry, or if there's some big nastiness coming my way. And if not, I get to double counters and do other dumb stunts. Resolve. Whenever you cast an instrument, it deals 1 damage to any target. Okay. Whatever. I know we're kind of low, but I'm kind of okay with that. Because they're low on mana. Like, they'd have to have like just 1 mana burn spells to actually get anywhere with that. And we're getting so many cards off of this. It's kind of disgusting, actually. Okay, so we got that. So let's go Millennium Calendar, double. See, the thing is I don't have enough mana to untap and then do it again yet. We're really getting up there, but... All right, let's play Takanuma, because we really need to get something going there. Because if we use the Mycosynth Gardens to copy the Manifold Key, that would be cool and all, but... I kind of want to blow up that Rock Slide Sorcerer and then go Diabolic Intent and go get something to kill their stuff, but... Let's go ahead and draw some cards. Oh, Beseech is decent. Not that I really need it right now, but let's play the Collector's Vault, and we'll keep Urtai open. Let's see what they do, because they just need 1 instant to try and kill me, but then I have Urtai available to counter something and block as well. Resolve that. I get a card. Let's see what we get. That's a Padim. But then I can also just Diabolic Intent. Let that resolve. And then I'm going to flash in Airtie, and I'm going to take the dinger off of that. I'll just use it to blow up the Rock Slide Sorcerer. No need to take any dings off of that. All right. So this is where we get to kind of figure out what to do here. I think the deal is Diabolic Intent, smash Urtai, and then go get a board wipe. Yes, go to my command zone. Thank you. Have a nice day. Or I could just do Karn's Temporal Sundering, but I don't have... Actually, I can't do Karn's right now. I think it's just Crux at this point. Non-dragons, please. we'll go ahead and activate that. And pass. Because I don't have enough mana. Like, it's cool, I finally get the manifold key, but I don't have the mana to screw with it, and I have to not die in the process here.
Vanilla, pyromancer extraordinaire. Mostly. Go get him, but hey, these little guys are great.
All right. Can you make it count? Can you make it good? I'm at 4. That's a killing fiend. All right. So that's a solemn that we can work with. It's my turn. All right, there's Shipwreck Marsh. I gotta stop them from getting this going any further. So I think the play is, what does this leave me? 1, 2, 3. Urtai can destroy Chandra. So no more hasty little doofs.
Next time, you're toast.
And then the Solemn can just go get a land and be a chump for us. We'll go get let's go get a black. All right, and then we'll just pass. So this gives us 2 blockers for any hasty stuff, removal, whatever. Yes, please. I mean, if they wanna emblem me, that's okay. I mean, I'm okay drawing cards. I'm at 2. So they targeted this, I think. Oh, and the creature can't block. Okay, I get you. All right. Yep. Card. Thank you. My turn. All right, we have to gain life, or we're gonna die soon. I need. What do I need? Wow. I don't know if I can do this or not. If I manifold. Well, hold on a second. Oh, I think I can pull this off. Let me try this. Let's Millennium Calendar, double the counters. If I pay 2, that leaves me with 1 or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can do this without killing myself. Pay 2 more, double those counters. Yes, I can do this. So I'm going to take an extra turn. I'm going to bounce their Chandra back to hand. And then I'll play this, tap it for a colorless. Next. No attacks. End the turn. This untaps. In response, I activate the ability, double it to 1,000. Boom! Oh my god, we finally did it. Against a mono red deck of all things. Oh my god. Finally. Oh, it only took me, let's see, about 4 hours to pull it off.